Or the
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Beyond measure.
I'm gonna show you how great I am. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. I'm gonna show you how great I am. Only last week I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
This kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew.
I'm gonna show you how great I am. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. I'm gonna show you how great I am. All of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked. But the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame. Like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Because if you're willing to go through all the battling you gotta go through to get to where you want to get, who's got the right to stop you? I mean, maybe some of you guys got something you never finished, something you really want to do, something you never said to somebody, something. And you're told no, even after you pay your dues. Who's got the right to tell you that? Who? Nobody. It's your right to listen to your gut. It ain't nobody's right to say no. After you earn the right to be where you want to be and do what you want to do. you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same, as we are liberated from our own fear. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
All of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked. But the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
All right. I wanted to get the day started off right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you are listening in from. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor. To be giving financial advice, I share information for entertainment, training, and educational purposes only. And it is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. I am also not a licensed clinician, psychologist, therapist at all. I do have a degree in political science and a minor in psychology and sociology. But I am a motivational speaker. I've been speaking in the motivational space now for 15 years. I was known as a business mindset coach before I was Bitcoin Brandon. And I figured out and understood a couple of things after 10 years in the direct selling space, what I needed to do to finally start to have the success that I was seeking for after my first 10 years. And that led me to a realization about success, life. It's not about how much money you make. It is about the quality of your life and other things that you need to be paying attention to besides just trying to make as much money as possible. Because I also learned something else. Money does not solve your problems. It does not. Money makes things easier, but in some cases, money can make things even more difficult for people. 70% of people who won the lottery go broke, and most of those people say they wish they never won the lottery. For someone who's never had money, they don't understand that concept. What do you mean you wish you never won the lottery? But you've got to experience and go through it. There are still wealthy people out there who commit suicide every single day, who are depressed, who are living a lifestyle that they are not pleased with, and they don't have a worry in the world when it comes to at least paying bills. So this is going to be a special crypto talk this morning. I'm going to cover a little bit about what's going on in the crypto space, and then we're going to go into the reason why I do a talk like this once a year. It's kind of like my secret. It's a follow-up to the secret, is because the January boasts one day, which is the most depressive day of the year for the masses. And I'm going to explain why. And so if many of you guys are feeling a certain way on this day, at least you'll understand why you do. A lot of people don't know why. They don't know why they're upset. They don't know why they feel a certain way. They don't know why they're depressed. So at least I'm going to share with you why that is. And then outside of, you seeking professional help, there's little things that every single one of us can do to manage your situation. So first, let's jump into Well, let me recognize some of you guys that's on here. We're streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It's a cold day today. So based on wherever you guys are, I know we got some football games this weekend. I can't wait to see the Buffalo versus Kansas City game tomorrow, the Chiefs. I don't think anybody in Buffalo, they're paying you $20 an hour to help shovel the snow. What I don't understand, why Buffalo's got to be one of the coldest places in America every winter. They're big on football. Why don't they build an indoor stadium? I'm just saying. California SoFi Stadium is technically not technically indoor, but we got a roof over, open air roof. I don't understand why they don't do that. Invest in that. But anyways, I guess that's part of the charm, part of the deal. So I see we've got Neil Brooks on the line, Carla from St. Louis. See, Leonard Long, Rancho Mirage. Leonard, this is a special message for you today. I hope you are recovering well, taking care of your health. See, Nathan from Vegas, Facebook user, Dayton. See, another Facebook user from Virginia. Gold Reserve Group from Toronto, Canada. Melanie Davis from Chicago. Icy Chicago, I bet. Steve Randall from Memphis. Clairvaux Albert from Connecticut. Yashika Anderson from Columbus. Mr. Prelvis Lofties from Corpus Christi, Texas. Prelvis is another one who's been through things like this and survivor. Made it happen. Your time is not done yet, my friend. Dorothy Mays, Tampa, Florida. Marnita Casa from Colorado. Joyce Easley from South Carolina. Kevin Strausser, Chanel from Colorado. James R. Davis Sr., my man, what's up? See, Facebook user, morning, everyone. Prosper from Fort Lauderdale. Melissa from the UK. Good morning, Melissa, or afternoon for you. Demetrius Turner from Texas. Kenny Taylor from LA. Jamal from Pasadena. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me go ahead and share screen. Let's get the crypto stuff in and out of the way. And share screen. There we go. All right. So let's see what's going on in the crypto market right now. We're at 1.7 trillion, up 0.9% in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance 47.5, Ethereum 17.3. See, Bitcoin is sitting at 41,500. I still have not bought my positions back in because I still believe that all of this has got to drop a lot more. And I'm playing the long game here, not the short game. Now, well, for the inner circle crypto talks, we're day trading. So we are playing short game on some things. See, Ethereum is, well, this is Saturday. So not all of you guys are in the inner circle. So I got to go week to week. Okay, so Bitcoin is down 3.5% on the week. And this is the week we had the biggest crypto news, right? The spot Bitcoin ETFs went live. So people were predicting, oh, should it shoot through the roof? I said no. I said I think this is going to go the same way that what happened December 17, 2017, when the CBOE and the CME went online and the futures market, and they tanked the market. Let me tell you what happened here. It went live. The only reason why you saw the price going up was hype, FOMO. And then all the big boys flooded the market with their Bitcoin. They moved their coins out of their private wallets and moved them over to exchanges. Now, it didn't matter that they were actually going to sell it or not. The fact that they made that move meant that there was more Bitcoin available to be traded on. And that caused the price to go down. Classic supply and demand. Grayscale was one of the biggest, I don't want to call them criminals, but biggest players who was playing this move. And they were playing the move against BlackRock, but they're all in cahoots with each other. So I fully expect to see these prices go down much further. BNB, though, went up 4.2%. So while the top 2 tokens went down, Binance went up. Ripple and Solana also went down. Lido Staked Ether, Cardano really went down. 7.1 on the week. Avalanche 10.1. Polkadot 10.8. But Chainlink up 10.5. So when you see in our inner circle, we talked about this. When you see the market like this, some coins up, some coins down, we call this choppy. This is a trader's dream. We like this. This means volatility. I don't care what the price of the coin is. I care about the volatility. So it's choppy right now. A lot of money to be made. And other times, the market is like a wave. Bitcoin goes up, everybody goes up. Bitcoin goes down, everybody goes down, like a wave. Not that much volatility. But when it's choppy like this, the real winners is the arbitrage guys, the AI bots that's doing arbitrage trading on different exchanges. Let's see best performers over the past past week. Flare is up 28.3%. Flare, hold on. And I'm gonna have to hit you right back. I'm right in the middle of crypto talk.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. So Flare up 28.3%. Aster 17.8. Bitensor 15.5. Chili's 14.9. So this, according to this, these tokens had a very good week. Beam, Blur, Render, all the way down. The tokens that did not have a good week: Sats Ordinals, Aptos, Arbitrum, Optimism, Sui, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin SV, Lido DAO, Near Protocol, Bonk, Stacks, Synthetics Network, Gala. Whoa, Gala had a 12.5% drop. By the way, I repeat, because of my own, what's the word? Not common sense and logic, but my own emotions it prevented me from getting on this project when I should have. That cost me millions. Well, I'm safe to say I think we have a second chance right now. And I'm not talking about just on the Vara side. I'm talking about one of the oldest projects that we were a part of, which Gala is a part of, the same network, Connect. The WIN token, if you don't have a WIN node, I can't give any financial advice, but I will suggest you get your hands on a WIN node, and I'm going to show why in a moment. Something happened to me, same thing happened to like James Davis Sr. When he got a token, it was like a January of some year, held it, forgot about it for a year and a half, and next thing you know, it was worth, I don't know, what, $4 million plus. Gala people paid $500 for these nodes, and they were mining for like a year. The node came out, or the tokens came out at 0.0003 cents. And then a year later, it got up to 83, 84 cents a token. Millionaires overnight. People walked off their job like Provis Lofties did. Well, something like this may happen again. And I made sure I got myself positioned. I'm not crazy. And I'll show that in a moment. Matic down 12.3%. Oasis Network down 11.5%. Yeah, there's a whole lot more tokens in the red this week than in the green. So we'll see when this new week comes around, how things are popping off. I'll particularly be paying attention around 6 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Asian markets will be up for Monday morning. And even though crypto is traded 24/7, the big boys are still on that stock market, Forex type, only Monday through Friday trading mindset. So that's when the big money starts to move. So we'll see what the markets look like Sunday evening, my time. All right. Speaking of that, I mentioned Gala, the project that one of our oldest mining projects was through a company called Connect. And I bought a bundle pack. Let's see here. Yeah, I bought a bundle pack a couple of years ago for like $5,000. And I've been mining ever since. And there's one token that I have been mining and I forgot about until last week it went on CoinMarketCap, which is the WIN token. Let me pull up CoinMarketCap. In fact, most of their tokens are on is on CoinMarketCap now. So this was one that was completely off my radar, meaning I've been mining it because I got the nodes. That's the one thing about nodes. It's passive income. You do something one time and you can forget about it. So I see this dropped 11%, 24 hours, but there's a price, 0.004 cents. And I was looking at my back office for the first time in like 6 months. And we go to Blockbot report. And I didn't realize this. This load up. All right, load up. There we go. I didn't realize this, but I had mined 393,100 WIN tokens. I was like, what? Now, it's worth right now around $2,000, this amount. The node only costs 500. And it's at 0.004. What if this does 25% of what Gala did? What if this gets to 15 cents? You guys, I'm not on Zoom. Okay. So what if this gets to 15 cents? 393,100 times 15 cents. That's $58,000 worth just from that. What if it does go the same amount Gala does? This is not a guarantee. Let's say around 80 cents. That's $314,000 worth. This is how people became multi-millionaires. I'm currently mining. I got 19 nodes right now over here that I'm mining. This is passive daily money. So I went and bought two more new WIN nodes on 2 days ago. I bought a new one yesterday. And so it's mining every single day. 657 tokens a day. What if that, let's go back to that. Let's say 656 times at 15 cents. It's 98 bucks a day from that's just one node. Let's take that same amount, 656 times at 80 cents. It's $524 a day times 31. That's $16,000 a month. That's more than a full-time income for most people. So I always been stating you're not going to make money trying to mine Bitcoin, but you definitely can make money getting yourself on some nodes. And everybody, if you're building yourself a crypto portfolio, you've got to have nodes somewhere in your portfolio. I've got multiple nodes in multiple different projects, multiple streams of income coming in, whether you will get out of bed or not. And this project seems to be taking off. So a lot of you guys also, oh yeah, I am public today. I got it. Yeah, I remember. A lot of you guys also got nodes years ago, especially green, and you forgot about it. You might want to start paying attention to what is happening. And again, as a disclaimer, there is no guarantee of any type of income or percentage or any of that stuff. All I'm saying is, would you rather buy the golden egg or the golden goose producing golden eggs every single day? So that is that project. I'm excited to see where that goes. And I've completely forgot about it. I'm starting to pay attention to it because it's doing something. So let's get into a couple of some news here. Donald Trump's NFTs have limits. What? Now, Donald Trump has said some things this past week. You know, if we go way back, he on record is not a crypto guy. He on record says that Bitcoin is a scam. Cash is king. crypto is a Ponzi and should be illegal. So he's on record as saying that. But then he's also selling NFTs. His wife's got a collection. He's got a collection. And then he said something earlier this week. He made a promise because he got Vivek Ramaswamy's endorsement, and Vivek is all about crypto. And so he said, I promise that I will never allow a federal-backed CBDC in America. Unfortunately for him, that decision has already been made, and he has no choice in it. It's going to happen no matter who the president is eventually. That's already a done deal, but he's made the statement. And then he's launching a new limited edition NFTs. So, but these are not normal ones. Buyers of these Bitcoin ordinals can't trade them from almost a year. So wait a minute. He's not doing these NFTs on the Ethereum network. He's doing this on Bitcoin network. Donald Trump is out with his latest digital collectible gimmicks, something resembling an NFT on the... Oh, this is bigger news than I thought. I don't read these articles before I do crypto talk. So you're getting my reaction live. Wait, hold up. The whole point, the reason why I'm on Vara is not because of the game and metaverse. It's because of the technology that is utilizing the Bitcoin blockchain, unlocking almost $1 trillion worth of liquidity. And this moves much better than Ethereum. Donald Trump is doing the same thing. He's figured it out. Something resembling an NFT on the Bitcoin blockchain that effectively costs $9,900, but unlike normal NFTs, cannot be traded by its owners anytime soon. So he's created a smart contract with these NFTs that prevents them from doing anything with it. For how long? The former U.S. president's NFT venture announced in a post on X that collectors who pay $99 a piece for 100, I think this is already sold out. Whether you like Donald Trump or not, you might want to get your hands on these collectibles. 50 years from now, they're going to be worth a fortune. $99 a piece for 100 of his mugshot edition NFTs issued in December on the Polygon blockchain. Polygon. So what he's talking about Bitcoin blockchain. We'll also get a unique, this is something different, okay. Unique card in the form of an ordinal. Oh, okay. An NFT-like digital asset on the Bitcoin blockchain. Okay, I see what they're doing. The first ever Trump trading cards officially created the Bitcoin blockchain. Wait, the first ever Trump trading cards officially created the Bitcoin blockchain? Read part of the announcement that featured grammatical. Okay, yeah. Maybe created on the Bitcoin blockchain. Okay. The offer is apparently meant to drum up sales of Trump's most recent NFT collection. At max, only 200 of these one-of-one ordinals, I think he meant one-on-one ordinals, will be minted, one-of-one, will be minted according to the post. But buyer beware. The ordinals, as well as the 100 NFTs that one must buy to get it. So you have to buy 100 NFTs to get the one ordinal. See, the reason why my eyebrows raised when he said Bitcoin is that until now, the NFTs on the Ethereum networks are not that secure because those NFTs aren't actually on the blockchain. What's recorded on the Ethereum layers is basically a file pointing to where the NFT is. The NFT isn't actually on the blockchain. Bitcoin's ordinals now will allow the actual NFT itself to be on the blockchain. That's why they're calling those Bitcoin related NFTs as real NFTs because of the Lightning Network and then simple contract language and dark fusion. They figured it out. So it looks like Donald Trump has as well. So you purchase 100 NFTs and you'll be able to get an ordinal. The real value is that ordinal, not these 100 NFTs. Let's see. The thread said this limitation is meant to restrict their appeal as investment vehicles, but in so doing, it also severely denigrates their appeal as NFTs. All right, what I got in here next? Oh yeah. By the way, one of our members, Paul Aloba from Detroit, his grandson was in a house fire yesterday, and he saved his girlfriend and the family, but he was injured. So please give out a prayer to Paul's grandson. Paul's even mentioned in the news. Let's see, Byron is one. Yeah, Byron is probably going to take another couple of weeks because he really had the big burns. Paul Aloba said his grandfather, I'm very proud of him. The boy is very smart and he does everything for everybody. He saved his girlfriend's life and her family. So I think he's got a GoFundMe because I saw on Paul's page, but I didn't. I'm waiting for him to send me over what that GoFundMe link is. But congratulations to this young man and hope he has a speedy recovery. Okay, so this week in coins, despite the ETF hype, Bitcoin and Ethereum plunge hard. Bitcoin has taken a big hit over the past 7 days following the launch of the long-awaited spot Bitcoin ETFs. It did exactly what I told everybody it was going to do. Little over a week since the launch of spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, and the crypto markets are suffering. Over the past week, Bitcoin has shed more than 10% of its value, according to CoinGecko. The biggest digital coin by market cap is now priced at $41,002. Last week, it was closing in on $49,000. The long-awaited Bitcoin ETFs have been a roaring success, with BlackRock's iShares ETF collecting over $1 billion in assets under management. And in the inner circle, you guys know, Larry Fink has bigger plans. This was just the beginning. We talked about where he's focused. I can't talk about it here because this is public. You guys got to be a part of our inner circle to get that privileged information. But we know where he's headed. So why the dip in price? It probably has something to do with investors cashing out their gains from the initial ETF hype. Not necessarily. Some analysts said that ETF approval had already been priced in. This likely means that traders and investors were unlikely to continue buying after the approval was made official. Partly true. The rest of the crypto market has been hit hard over the past week. Solana shed 7% of its value and is now priced at $92.38. Avalanche lost 14%. Ethereum lost 8%. I'm still waiting on figuring out when do I want to buy back in because I did Tether when it was at the high. The entire crypto market cap now stands at 1.7 trillion, dropped by 2.8% in the last 24 hours. Okay. Now look at this one right here. I just saw something about Joel Ostein, the mega preacher, prosperity preacher out in Houston, Texas. He just paid off $100 million loan on that stadium that they built, the NBA stadium they transformed into a mega church. He got a loan for that. He paid it off in 19 years. $100 million. Pays to be a preacher. Pays to be a good one. Church allegedly issued crypto token backed by nothing but God's word. Okay, let me say this. I was born and raised a Christian in the old school Southern Baptist church, where church starts at 7:30 in the morning and don't finish till 2. Those type of churches. And the one thing I despise with this complete disdain in the direct sales world is when marketers use the Bible, God, and Jesus Christ to back what they're doing. So you can't say no to them, because if you say no to them, you are saying no to God. So you're righteous if you join them in business, and you are the heathens if you don't. You're blessed if you're part of their business venture. You're condemned if you don't, and you get what you deserve according to them. I completely despise that. Do I believe that by having faith that the right opportunities can be approached to you? Yes, because God does answer prayers, just not by you sitting on your ass doing absolutely nothing. Opportunities are presented to you, you got to take a part of. But do I believe that God will say, this is the opportunity that I am backing? No. And I've seen it way too many times, and too many people get hurt, and they no longer use critical thinking because they say, I just have faith, so I don't need to critically think or look into what I'm actually doing. Is it's correct? I believe in the guy who's telling me about this because they're a man of God. I have a problem with that. One of these individuals is in jail right now. And I saw one clown go on social media talking about all of you guys that was partying on his yachts and hanging out with him in Dubai, and you're talking bad about him now. No. Go sit down somewhere. Individuals know when they're doing wrong, and they profited off the backs of everybody else. I would rather have my freedom than try to live 2 to 3 years as a multi-millionaire and shove it in everybody's face. You did wrong. And an individual who said that is good for always saying he's a man of God. So you can never challenge him because God's got him. I am not for that at all. You then have a cult. So now we got a church allegedly issues a crypto token saying that, don't worry, everybody. Don't worry about what it actually does. It's backed and ordained by God. Colorado. All right, we got Lauren Boebert territory. We got Marnita Casa. We got Janelle. This is Colorado. A Colorado couple had their assets frozen by a state judge after making millions on a crypto they say they created at God's command. God told them to create a crypto. A Colorado pastor and his wife are in hot water this week after allegedly making with millions of dollars raised through a crypto token they marketed to devout Christians and claimed was made because of God's instruction. The Denver area couple, Pastor Eli Regalado, and his wife, Caitlin, reportedly raised some $3.2 million through sales of Index Coin. Anybody of you guys heard about that yet? Have you heard of their church, Victorious Grace? A crypto token they issued through an online church, Victoria. So it's an online church, Victorious Grace. Earlier this week, Colorado's securities commissioner sued the couple, claiming they fraudulently deceived investors and illegally sold securities without proper registration. On Thursday, a Colorado judge froze the assets of Victorious Grace Church based on those allegations. According to legal filings made by the state, the Regalados claimed that Index Coin was pegged to an index of cryptocurrencies and backed by enough assets to secure that peg. In reality, the Colorado Securities Commission alleges the coin was backed by almost nothing, save God's word. Okay, well, wait, hold on though. What is the US dollar backed by? Is it backed by gold? No. Precious metals? No. Oil? No. It's backed by the US government. So we got to have faith in the government. So they're saying, hey, wait a minute, I got faith in God. How's the US dollar any different than what they were trying to do? They made up something out of nothing. Isn't that what real money is doing too? Or so-called real money? All right, defendant Eli leveraged the potential investors' faith. He stated that their investment success was guaranteed by God. And that's the problem right there. This is why I always do disclaimers on everything. I cannot guarantee anything. Not a financial advisor. You cannot guarantee. From the start, the Regalados insisted that index coin was not a security offering, but instead a utility coin and therefore exempt from securities regulations. According to legal filings, when several experts rebuffed that claim and told the Regalados that index coin was in fact a security offering, the couple attempted to invoke a power higher than the Howey test. It's like, I don't answer to the government, I answer to God. That's a power higher than the Howey test. We wasted a lot of time trying to work with the world's experts. Eli Regalado, we wasted a lot of time trying to work with the world's experts. Eli Regalado posted on a community forum for index coin holders last May, according to the filing. They said, what Eli and Caitlin are doing is a security, but God says no. It's a utility coin. Really? God says it's a utility coin, not a security. So I'm going with God. This is the people who bastardize religion. Like I'm completely against how this organized religion is running, and they're the same type of people that get sick and say, I'm not going to a doctor because I have faith that God's going to heal me. Yeah, God will heal you. God sent you a doctor. God allowed medicine to be created. Oh man. Index coin was only able to be exchanged for USD through Kingdom Wealth Exchange, a platform that the Regalados also controlled, and Colorado regulators say routinely shut down to avoid a bank run. When some investors began growing wary of index coin's lack of returns and considered fully cashing out, Eli reportedly told them that God was telling him that everyone should hold. See the danger in this? Be very, very careful of these fake charlatans, false prophets. Defendant further told investors that God was telling him to tell investors to stay where you're at. Stay in index coins. Stay with where I'm telling you to go. I'm going to make a way. Be very careful of individuals out there who say, I and I alone will be able to solve all problems because I was sent here by God. Very careful. The Regalados eventually shut down the Kingdom Wealth Exchange last year after claiming there were not enough active stakers to keep it running. The couple then relayed to index coin holders that God had told them that everyone should stay invested in the coin and not ask questions. Yeah. Don't remember I told you guys go watch that movie, Don't Look Up? They say there's an asteroid coming. Well, if you don't look up, you don't see the asteroid. So don't look up. Don't ask questions. How dare you question the word of God? Don't ask questions. I told you guys I used to get in trouble in Sunday school. If something didn't make sense in my head, I said something. I remember the Sunday school teacher telling my mom, Brandon was at it again. You need to talk to him. And my grandma telling me, some things may not make sense, but this is why you have to have faith. Not for you to understand. What? I got questions. Things don't make sense. Decrypt reached out to the Regalados, but did not immediately receive a response. Yeah. How long until these guys are in jail right next to Bitcoin Rodney? Did I say that? All right, enough of that. Okay, I'm running out of time on more of these lessons because I want to get into the most depressing day of the year. But on Mondays, Crypto Talk, we're going to cover this. Tokenized Asset Coalition expects tokenization to grow in 2024. This is why I wrote the course on tokenization. And next week is 5-day challenge week. The week after that, in our diamond class, we're going to be doing a lesson in tokenization. Actually, I think I'm doing a lesson in tokenization of the 5-day challenge. I got to look at my lineup again next week. By the way, 5-day challenge is next week. The last one we did was in November. This is the first 5-day challenge of 2024. Go to ilcachallenge.com to register so you can get in our Facebook group to watch it for free, or you can become a VIP member. For $99, not only are you going to be a VIP member of the 5-day challenge for every 5-day challenge for the rest of the year, but for the rest of this month, you're also getting access to everything ILCA has, including our crypto talks in the morning, our diamond classes, and 150 of my courses covering 10 courses, 150 lessons and 10 courses you'll have access to. Crypto and the 3 ones I just did, Web 3.0, tokenization, and artificial intelligence, 15 videos in each for $99. That's crazy. When I first started ILCA, I charged $1,000 just to be a member. All right. So we're going to cover this on Monday. I want to now talk about what the special is for today. As I said at the beginning, I do at least once a year, a special about the most depressing day of the year, because it affects everybody. And I'm not just talking about poor people. It affects even the wealthy, everybody. Everybody has problems and challenges. And there are a lot of people are dealing with guilt, depression. And even I was talking to, this was years ago, a friend that had a lot of money, and his life, according to him, was in turmoil. And he was saying it's hard to talk about it to other people because they look at him like, what are you talking about? You've got millions of dollars. What are you crying about? Go to the beach, go on vacation somewhere and cry me a river. We got real problems. We gotta pay bills and make sure we have a house to live in, put food on the table. And what are you crying about? And he said that he felt guilty at the same time. Like, how dare I worry about or be concerned about my issues when there are people out there that are worse off than I am. And therefore I don't have a right to feel bad or about my situation. No, that's false. Everybody is going through something, no matter what economic level you're on. And just because you are not on a level as everybody else, or you're higher or you're lower, doesn't mean yours is worse off or bad off. There, now that is true. It can always get worse, but doesn't mean that you should not. You should just bottle in what you're going through, because it's a big deal to you and in your world, and it needs to be addressed as well. But the most depressing day of the year is the third Monday of January. The third Monday of January. Do you want to know why? See, at the beginning of the year, New Year's resolutions, everybody does. Type me in the chat box if you did a New Year's resolution. Type me in the chat box if you did, New Year's resolution. And you know what most people claim? This is a brand new start. This is a new year, and I'm going to do things different. I'm going to have a better year this year. And what do they say? What's the top things? Make more money, lose weight, get in better shape or health, or better job, something like that. Comes in those are the top ones. Then you get the lower ones. I want to have a better relationship with my husband and my wife, better relationship with my kids. I'm going to attend church more. I'm going to donate to charity more. I'm going to do this or that. Because it's a brand new year. It's another day. All right. The clock just rolls over to a new year, and who's to say that that clock is right? In fact, the current calendar system that we're on right now is out of line, and it was done on purpose. There should be 13 months in a year, not 12. So it was done that way to purposefully keep the people off balance. No, I don't have time to go into that. Dang, I don't. Just know that that's the case. It's designed that. That's why we got to have a leap year every 4 years or so. So, and Provis is right. What I do, I set my New Year's resolution October 1st, so that when January rolls around, I'm already sprinting into the new year and not just getting started. Although for me, and I shared this in the secret, I stumbled. Even when you have everything laid out and planned out the way you want it to be, things can happen in your life that are outside of your control. You didn't even see coming. But it's not what happens to you that's important. It's how you respond to the things that happen to you. And I was severely tested. I was severely tested. So when you think you're the master of your universe, the universe can humble you and remind you that, no, you're not. And I was humbled at the end of November. It seems that every bad thing that can happen happened at the same time within a 3-day period. And it just was going from worse to worse to worse. And I was shaken up and I was challenged. But the benefit I had was that I recognized what was going on. I didn't sit down and cry, why me? Lord, why is this happening to me? I know why it's happening to me, because I asked for more. And when you ask for more, the universe starts moving things around to make that happen. It shakes you up. You cannot move forward being in the same spot you're in, that you're comfortable in. You have to be shaken up. Sometimes that shakeup is immediately a benefit. Most times it is not. It's a new challenge. It's a new obstacle that you've never faced before. So you can't elevate to the next level until you go through this new challenge. Most people don't recognize that. And that new obstacle and that new challenge is the barrier that they're never able to break. And it keeps them where they are. Some guy on Facebook said, people who, I'm tired of leaders in personal development talking about, you got to know your why. Why? He said, hell with that. People just want to make money. That's their why. No. Your why is not, I want to make more money. That's everybody's why, yet most people are broke. That is not the idea, and the thought of, I want to make more money is not motivation enough. Okay? This is something Eric Worre has an entire day dedicated just to that. And what's funny is the guy who was co-signing on this was just bragging about how Eric Worre is a part of their network. Eric Worre will be the first one to tell you, you go to his GoPro events, your why is everything. I'm going to play a video at the end explaining this. Do not dismiss your why. Your why is everything. But before I get to, let's backtrack. So what happens at the end of the year when people do their New Year's resolution and they start off, they're excited. The first Monday of the new year, they're ready to go and they've got new energy. This is a fresh, brand new start. And they look at what happened last year, like, oh, I'm going to change it this year. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, yet expecting a different result. So they say, this time I'm doing something different. I got my gym membership. I'm going to quit smoking and quit drinking. I'm going to try to spend more time with the family. I'm going to make more money. And we are creatures of habit. All right. Our bodies are creatures of habit. Our mind is creatures of habit. Our emotions are creatures of habit. So the first week, you start on this new path, doing something different than you've been doing before. And you got a little bit of energy and enthusiasm about it. First week goes by, you don't see any change yet. But you doing something different is not easy. It's taxing because it's not a habit for you. One of the reasons why I got humbled, when people say or look at me and think, dang, Brandon, you work hard. Well, at that time, I was comfortable. It may seem like I work hard, but it's not work to me. It's part of my daily routine. In fact, if I don't do it, I feel like something's off. So while I have high standards and I may do more than most other people, I was not stretching myself. I was not sacrificing. I was not pushing myself to go to the next level, but I was expecting to receive next level stuff. I hope that makes sense. So I had to be reminded. I had to be put in check. I had to be shaken up a bit that I can do more to go to the next level. You think Jordan and Kobe was satisfied with where they were at? They were always working to get better. Always. Never stop. They enjoyed the journey more than the destination because they already knew what the destination was. You know, the moment they win a championship, it's not about celebration. They're already thinking, all right, what's next? Because their celebration was already happening. In their mind, it was already a done deal. This is why I always say focus on the goal. And now you just figure it out ILCA will be $1 million a month business. One way or another. I already know this. It's just a matter of when and how. But there's not a doubt in my mind that it will happen. And now I just work backwards to do things to make it happen. I already know the numbers. I already know what needs to be done. So when you do something different and new, it's not easy. It's hard to get up extra early to go to the gym. It's hard you have the craving for that cake at night and you decide not to eat it. And then after a week of you going through this hardship and you still don't see a change, like, oh, well, okay, well, let me keep at it. Let me go down week 2. Second week, you're still at it. You know, that's when the gyms are all filled up. You're getting up early. You're eating that rice cake. You got your special juice. You're drinking more water. Second week goes around. You still don't see that much of a change, and it's still a hard struggle for you. Third week, same thing. And it's getting even more difficult to do. And then something happens. And this is natural. Because we're designed this way. It's this. Don't think that it's just you. Everybody goes through this. Sunday night rolls around, and after you watched your football games and went to church, had dinner with the family, you're getting ready for tomorrow. And I don't know why, but that third Monday always seems to be, the weather is always bad. You know what the weather's going to be like this Monday here in LA? Let me pull this up. On Monday morning in LA, it's going to be 50 degrees and storming raining. Storming raining on Monday. Because this is the third Monday. I go by this. This is the third Monday. And you wake up before the sun comes up. You hop in your car. You're now in rush hour traffic to rush off to a job you don't like, to work with people you can't stand, to eat lunch at 12 when you're hungry at 11, to ask permission to go to the bathroom as if you're a child, knowing you're not going to get a raise. If you're lucky enough not to get fired or laid off, you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. I used to say 40 years back in the day, but I'm older now. Now it's 20 more years for the rest of your life, knowing you're going to retire broke, depending on family, government, and friends by the age of 65. And it's the same thing over. And you realize, man, this year is going to be no different than last year. And I just busted my tail for the last 3 weeks. And nothing's happening, and it's just easier for me to fall back into my old habits and just eat what I want, and you get depressed. And that's the day in America that most people either attempt or commit suicide. The third Monday of January is the worst day of the year. So how do you cope with this? First, if you are having those thoughts, please seek some help, because you are not alone. You are not unique in this. Others have gone through it and they've come out on the other side. If you wake up tomorrow, that means that your job is not done. Your watch is not over. You are here for another day to make your dream a reality, to change your current situation. No matter how bad it is, I promise you it can get worse, but I also promise you it can get better. The sun doesn't stop rising. You see that sun come up, you get up. Like Les Brown says, if I fall down, if I can look up, I can get up. But you say, well, that's easier said than done, Brandon. I might have had a death in the family. I might have an illness. I might have things that's just physically I'm not able to. So here's where you start. You start to look at what are the little small joys in your life? What are the little things? Like watching your favorite show or listening to your favorite music, dancing, singing. I don't care if you know how to dance or you can sing. Do little things that pleases you, that nobody else can take from you. Your own little hobbies. I love video games. I love music. I've never took piano lessons, but I love banging on the piano. I love hearing a tune and then going on the piano. I'll spend hours just trying to figure out if I can figure out how to play it without reading the notes. Whatever it is that can give you comedy, laughter, laugh. These are little things that if you ever go to Tony Robbins, I walked on fire with Tony Robbins in Florida. He talks about and stresses the ability to change your physiology. You may not be able to change the circumstances around you, but you can change your physiology, which then starts to change the circumstances around you. Go back to listen to my talk on The Secret. When you are able to change that, you start vibrating off a different vibration, a different frequency. And that frequency repels. It will only attract like-minded equal frequency. See, when people are in depression, they're giving off that frequency, and all it's doing is attracting more of it. So that's why you feel like you can't get out. You feel like you're stuck. You're in a cave. The walls are closing in on you. And you don't even realize that you're attracting that to you. Have little joys. I remember I was listening to Kevin Trudeau, Your Wish is Your Command. And he was talking about, he was on a yacht with some other wealthy people, and they were in the hot tub, and one guy, he asked him, how's business going? And the guy said, terrible. Business is so terrible. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. But he's laughing, he's eating, he's having a good old time. Like, you just said business is terrible. You don't know how. Yeah, but it'll all work out eventually. I don't know how, but it'll work out. This is where faith comes in. You've got to have faith that things will work out the way it's supposed to work out and be okay with it. Have the faith, even though you can't see how it's going to happen. I had to learn this, to let go, to stop trying to control, but to take advantage of the opportunities and things that come around me and roll. It's like what Bruce Lee says, you got to roll like the water. Water doesn't just break through walls. Water figures out how to get around the barriers. Flow with water. There's never a straight line to your goals and your destiny. It never is like that. It's like this. Sometimes you end up going backwards to go forward. Sometimes you have to take one step back to go 2 steps forward. Most people think that you're only moving forward. No, sometimes you got to back off. You got to know how to move. But start to focus on the little things that make you happy. That starts to chip away and give you your change your physiology. Seek some professional help too if it's needed. And then here's a big one. Know your why. Focus on your why. Not, I need to make more money. Why do you need to make more money? If you made more money, what would you be using it for? That's why you're doing what you do. That's why you are getting up extra early to go to the gym. That's why you are missing those meals or not eating your favorite meals. This is why you're actively looking for other business opportunities and things, and you're stretching yourself. You're doing things that you normally wouldn't do. You need to know why you're doing it, so that when things do get tough and get rough, you still have the motivation to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. You're not going to eat an elephant with one bite. You got to take small bites at it over time, over time, over time. And what eventually happens is that the hardship things that you're doing that you don't see the results on, they then start to become habit. And when it becomes habit, it starts to become easier. See, what happened to me in November, everything that I was doing was habitual. I wasn't stretching myself anymore. It wasn't easy in the beginning when I first, if you look at my daily routine, when I first started it, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy getting up on a Saturday morning at 8 o'clock when I can afford to still stay in bed, wake up when I'm finished sleeping. That wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to do a call on a Sunday night when I'm missing the football game or a basketball game when I could be chilling. It wasn't easy. But then after it became a habit, it's second nature. I don't even think about it. My body automatically wakes me up when I need to wake up. I automatically do my programs when to realize I may do sometimes 2 to 3 broadcasts a day. I remember I listened to a gentleman by the name of Cedric Harris 12 years ago when I wanted to become an influencer and learn how to use social media to build my brand. And he was sitting in the back of his house on a lake fishing. And he said, make a YouTube video every single day. I don't care if it's 5 minutes, 45 seconds, or 30 minutes. I don't even care what you talk about. Just put your face out there every day. People got to see you. They got to see consistency. And the first time I started doing it, it was difficult. I remember I couldn't hang a couple of times. I'm talking about a short 2-minute video once a day. Fast forward now, I'm broadcasting at least 3 to 4 hours a day. And it's not even second thought to me. It's not taking up my time because it became a habit. So everything that you need to do to go to the next level, you need to give it time for it to become habitual for you. Give yourself time to start to see those results. You go into the gym consistently, it's going to take you at least 4 weeks before you start to see the results, 8 weeks before others start to see the results. That's 2 months. Most people can't hang for 2 weeks. Most people in direct sales think they're going to get rich tomorrow. And I realize it takes time. At least if you want to have stable, good, stable long term, at least 2 to 3 years of doing the same thing. Vara, we've only been in for 1 year. We're nowhere near where we need to be yet. And unfortunately, most of these businesses and companies that people join only last 6 to 8 months anyway. And only a few are making all the money. Everybody else loses. So focus on changing your physiology. And then what is your why? Why am I doing this? I don't want a life like it was last year. What does that feel like to you? Know that feeling, and then picture that you've made it to where you want to be. What does that feel like? Which feeling do you want to focus on? Focus on that feeling. Imagine you won the championship. What does it feel like that you won the championship? I remember the first time I said, man, I would feel so great if I could get to $10,000 a month. And I had to feel, what does that feel like? What does it feel like that all my bills are paid and there's an extra $10,000 in the bank? All my bills are paid, there's an extra $50,000 in the bank. What would I do at my time? Why am I doing this? That is what will keep you moving forward. One thing that at the end, if I ever feel at my lowest of low, one thing that will always bring me back? It's my youngest son. He's 16 years old. He's like my little clone. My oldest son looks just like my wife. My youngest one is a clone of me. And I remember just marveling at him as a baby, always watching me. And I always knew that no matter what I do, that little one is watching me. He's watching everything that I do. And how dare I not put my best forward, knowing that legacy is watching what I do. Legacy. At the end of the day, my sons. But that may not be for you. Your why's got to be something powerful for you, something that will make you cry. It's got to be emotional. We are emotional beings and creatures, not factual, not logical. So we've got to tie into that power of emotions and let it work for us. Sometimes I say, use hate. What about use love? Love is more powerful than hate. Hate is temporary. Temporary, you feel good for a moment and then it leaves quickly. But love, nothing can break that, or not break it. Nothing can trump that. Why are you doing what you're doing? And there's a lot of people, and this is why Eric Worre does a whole day on this. They don't know how. I don't know how do I do my why? What is my why? A lot of people are still just run on faith. God's got me. God will do. Well, yes, but God's not going to do it for you. God will allow opportunities and things to happen in your life that you still have to take action on. You still have to seize. And a lot of times, things will be put that seem like it's hurting you, and you blame God for it. God, I've been praying to you for a better life, and I just lost my job, or I'm having health issues, and these things happen to force you to look somewhere else. Let me tell you something else that what happened to me in November. forced me to do something that I had been putting off when it comes to relationships. That's all I'm going to share on this. This is more private. That had this not happened to me, I would not have focused on this that was needed to be focused on. It forced me to do it. I had to lose something big to force me to do this. I recognize that. So in hindsight, I'm glad that what happened to me happened to me. What? I'm glad. I'm grateful for it. I'm thankful for the challenge, because it's that challenge that's going to make me better. It's that challenge that's going to put me in a better position, not me wallow over it. And I did for a couple of days. Oh, no, let me not even lie. A couple of weeks. I'm human because I'm emotional. Logically, I knew what was going on, but I still emotions. I'm still going through it right now, but I know what to do. And I'm executing on that. That if this didn't happen to me, I would not have executed it. I would not have done anything. I would have just been depressed. Keep moving forward and things aren't happening. Again, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You have to do different things to get different results. So your why. How do you figure out your why? Here, I'm going to help you out, and then I'm going to end by playing a video. What would you do with your life if money was no longer an issue? That's not going to get you not depressed. If you think, if all of a sudden I had $1 million in my account, I'm not depressed no more. No. If that's the case, you were never depressed. You were just broke. All right. There's a difference. If all of a sudden another $10,000 and you're happy, you are not depressed. You were just broke. So let's say you woke up on Monday morning and you had $100 million in the bank. What would you do with that $100 million? Now let's get out the common things. Make more money, buy a house, pay your debt, put grandma in a home or buy her a home, get your kids through school, buy your vacation home, go on a shopping spree, get your yacht, have girls twerking on it with you, floss on social media, get your nice private jet, all that stuff. You would spend a whole year doing that. And at the end of the year, when you can't even think of nothing else, I mean, you bought everything you wanted. There's this, it's funny, Christmas time, people, Brandon, what do you want for Christmas? I got to think about that. I have what I want. I can buy whatever when I want something. What clothes, more clothes, sentimental value is not something that I need. I have everything that I need. God's provided that. So a year goes by and you wake up and after all that spending spree, you still have more money in the account than you did when you got started a year ago. What are you going to do with your day? Most people never think like this. What did God put you on this earth to do? What talents do you have? What would you do? What people say, well, I think I would help the needy. Maybe start a nonprofit or a charity. No. that ain't what you put on this earth to do. What do you want to do if you didn't have to worry about paying your bills? What would you do? When you figure that out, that's what you focus on. How does it make you feel to be doing it? You want that feeling. Do you know why sex is so prevalent? Why our population will always keep expanding? Because it feels good. And so you're always looking for that next feeling. Same concept here. It's like a drug. Unfortunately, a lot of people turn to illicit activities to solve these issues, drugs and alcohol and sex and stuff. And But we're talking about positive, I don't want to say drugs, positive reinforcements that can get you that good feeling that you crave. And when your body craves something, you go for it. It's your why. When you're down and out, it's that why that picks you up, that keeps you going. So as this Monday comes up with our third Monday of the year, the year, and it's the most depressing year, keep this in mind, and also reach out to other folks. If you've never, there's people you haven't talked to before, just send them a message saying, hello, hey, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a long time. Just let you know I'm thinking about you. I hope you're doing all right. That little message can change somebody's life, because that person who you send it to might have been on the brink and didn't think anybody was thinking of them. Just take some extra time out of your day to reach out to folks. Say, hey, how you doing? It's okay to say I'm not doing well. Somebody reaches out to you and they say, how you doing? Don't just automatically respond, I'm doing great. No. Say, hey, I'm living. It could be better, but I'm here. Because here's what's also happened. Do you understand the power of prayer, how that works on a scientific level? I'm not just talking about from a faith-based, but from a scientific level, what prayer does. You especially if you're doing it in a group, you and that group is focusing energy and a vibration in a specific direction. Have you seen in churches where you've got a prayer circle and you've got somebody in the middle and everybody's laying hands on that person? What's happening is, from a scientific perspective, all the people is sending energy into that, into focused energy into that one area. If we were able to see on a different spectrum, you'd be able to see the fields, the vibration bubbles, the bubbles you have around you. This is why you know you can feel somebody next to you, behind you, even though you didn't turn your head. You know they're in your space. So by you reaching out to somebody, you're sending that person some energy, and they're soaking it in, and they need that. We can't do this alone. There's no Superman. You need to have a support system, a support group in place, whether it's your church support group, community group. What do you think they have AAA, AA meetings for alcoholics and drug addicts? It's okay to get help, and it's okay to help others, especially if you have a little bit of energy. Don't just keep that to yourself. Give it. That's one thing that I do. I give my energy as much as I can, because I understand the laws of the universe. What you give out can return to you in threefold. But most people just want to receive, and never give. And if you're just on the receiving side, eventually there's nothing's going to come to you, because you're not giving anything out. So even when you're feeling at your lowest of low, reach out to help somebody else. Give them a little bit of something. They'll come back to you. Just like they say about tithing. Tithe to the church, and you go. It's not the fact you're giving money to a minister. It's the fact that you're giving energy out. That's how the universe makes things happen. It doesn't just create something out of thin air. It moves other energy around, and it's a big puzzle. And I wish I could explain this in a different way, and I had the time, but I don't. But know your why. So, saying that, I hope that this message reached somebody. If it's only one person, then that was a success. I wish all of you to have a prosperous 2024, no matter which direction you choose to go. And any problems and issues that you're having is temporary. It's temporary. You got to have the faith and belief that you are here right now in spite of all the problems you've had in your life, because whatever you're going through now, it ain't the first time. You've had other major challenges in your life in the past. And guess what? God got you through that. You're still here. So what makes you think you're not going to be able to get through whatever issues you have right now? You are actually the one in control of how you get out of that. So let me play this last video. Know your why, what the difference is. And I will see, I got the VAR presentation tomorrow night, Inner Circle Crypto Talk on Monday morning. And yeah, next week's going to be a big week for Vara. That's going to be a big week. So I'm paying attention to that. And let's change some lives. Where's that video? Oh, here it is. With that, take care, everybody. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.
Oh, and a lot of times when people hear the phrase, how do I know? The next thing they say is what? How do I know what? But the key really isn't to know what. The key is to know why. Because when you know your why, you have options on what your what can be. For instance, my why is to inspire people to walk in purpose. My what is stand-up comedy. My what is writing books. My what can be going out with some friends to eat. In fact, another what that has moved me towards my why is a web series that we have out now called Break Time. So every Wednesday at 3 o'clock, you should subscribe to the channel. We do a series called Break Time on YouTube. So 3 o'clock, we drop a new episode. One episode in particular, I'm about to show you a clip to. We were in Winston-Salem. So Break Time, this is how it works. I travel the country, I do stand-up comedy, probably an hour, hour and a half at an event. And in the middle of my show, I'll just sit down and start talking to the audience. And funny just happens. Or I'll meet somebody who's really interesting. So I met this one guy, and he said that he teaches music at a school. I was like, all right, you teach music, you know, can you sing? And then I'm just gonna show you the clip. Check it. So you're a musical director. Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me get a couple bars of like Amazing Grace. Can you do the first part of that? Go ahead.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Wow. That bro could sing. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, what you give me the version is if your uncle just got out of jail, you got shot in the back when you was a kid. I'm just saying, let me see the hood version real quick, if you know which version I'm talking about. Just see if that exists. Let me see what you got.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Right now I'm found, was blind, but now I see.
So here's the thing. The first time I asked him to sing, he knew what he was doing. The second time I asked him to sing, he knew why he was doing it. When you know your why, your what has more impact because you're walking in or towards your purpose.